Hi guys, I'm Eileen. Today, I want to share some ideas about how to create the perfect minimalist collection. Now, I really don't think you need to be a minimalist to follow these tips. The idea is to put together a collection that will last you for a long time without you having to constantly buy more and more. I personally think a small collection can work just as well as long as you pick the right pieces. In this video, I'll be covering different categories such as clothes, designer handbags, shoes, and so on. We have a lot to go through here, so let's get right into it. First of all, let's talk about clothes. I personally like having a smaller closet because it's so much easier to maintain and it also takes me less time to put together an outfit. The caveat is though, you need to spend some time to figure out what is the ideal color palette for yourself. For example, I feel my best in neutral colors, so a lot of my pieces are in colors like black, brown, and beige. But this might be different for you. So if you think bright colors work well for you, then absolutely go for it. The key really is to create a cohesive wardrobe, just so mixing and matching become effortless. Something else I value dearly when shopping for clothes is comfort. This is why I don't mind paying a bit more for good quality fabric materials, and I especially enjoy natural fibers such as silk and cashmere. So unsurprisingly, I was over the moon when Lily Silk decided to send me 2 cashmere pieces to try out. The first one is this lovely cardigan I'm wearing today. This is something that goes really well with my personal dressing style. I love that this is not very tight fitting. I think it gives a more relaxed feel. Plus, I can also layer this with a sweater underneath when it becomes a bit colder. The next one is this beautiful cashmere sweater. Just like the cardigan, the material is so soft and cozy. In case you haven't noticed, I practically live in my cashmere all year round because it's such a breathable material. In fact, cashmere is known to retain heat very well when it's cold, but it's also very cooling on a warm day. And given these 2 pieces are in my favorite neutral colors, I'm sure I'll get a lot of use from them. If you're still working on your perfect wardrobe, don't overlook the section of pajamas because good quality pieces can really help you sleep so much better. I've been mostly wearing silk pieces for my bedtime in the last 12 months and I absolutely love them because the material is so comforting and pampering. My latest addition are these lily silk pajamas with the beautiful matching gown. I really wish you could feel the material yourself because it's so luxurious. If you are still looking for your perfect pajamas, there are so many options on the Lily Silk website, so I'm sure you'll find something you like. I have a discount code for 15% off and I'll make sure to leave it down below for you guys. I used to think pajamas were not worth the splurge because no one would see them. But you know what? Now I think anything that can help to improve our quality of sleep is worth investing in. Next, let's talk about handbags. I think a lot of people who are into fashion or luxury do have a soft spot for handbags, just like me. In fact, when I first started, I didn't really care about anything else. I was mainly eyeing on and shopping for bags. Whereas now, I definitely see the benefits of spreading my resources across different departments to create a more functional and all-rounded wardrobe. And that means having a curated selection of handbags that will serve me well for every occasion. When it comes to choosing the perfect handbags, I mainly look at 3 criteria, including versatility, practicality, and durability. Versatility means I can wear the bag with many different outfits and best still for many different occasions. For example, I think the medium Lady Dior and the Hermes Birkin 25 are both very versatile bags because they always look great whether if you carry them to a formal, casual, or dressy event. Practicality means the bag actually serves my needs and fits in my lifestyle. I'm someone who prefers smaller handbags, but I want my bags to fit all my basic essentials, so anything less than that will not do it for me. So I personally don't see myself ever buying one of those super tiny handbags, including those very cute Chanel ones. Durability is something I consider a lot as well because I don't want to have to baby my handbags or get really stressed out when carrying them. This is why I like the Louis Vuitton canvas and textured leathers such as the Chanel caviar leather and the Hermes Epsom leather. Now obviously everyone will have different tastes and preferences, but I think these three criteria are pretty good rules of thumb to follow if you want to build a curated collection of handbags. The next one is the jewelry category. Jewelry for me is something I fell for quite later on. In fact, I was really into luxury handbags for about 5 years before I even started looking at jewelry pieces. And if you are starting to build yourself a collection, I would suggest to focus on fine jewelry pieces that you can wear every day first. I prefer fine jewelry pieces than any expensive designer costume jewelry because precious metals just last so much longer. I also recommend looking at dainty pieces because they will subtly and effortlessly complement everything else you wear. So for example, I wear this rose gold Van Cleef & Arpels necklace pretty much every day. The sweet Alhambra pendant is really tiny, so it doesn't get in the way, and I feel completely comfortable wearing this necklace in the shower. Something else I'll recommend is a pair of diamond stud earrings because they are truly timeless and they go with absolutely everything. I personally would much rather have just one pair of diamond stud earrings than 10 pairs of Chanel costume earrings. Anyway, the point is you want something that will add a bit of sparkles but not compete with your outfits. If you have decided to build a minimal or a minimalist wardrobe, paying some attention to the kind of shoes you buy can really pay off. In fact, I often think a pair of shoes can either make or break your outfits. And when it comes to footwear, you really don't want to compromise on comfort because if you are in pain, you just won't feel your best and it will really show. I'm sure we've all seen those beautiful ladies who struggle to walk in their super high heels on a night out. I always think it's such a shame because I'm sure they would have enjoyed themselves so much more if they were wearing something a bit more comfortable. I personally don't own any high heels in my shoe collection because first of all, I just don't find them very comfortable to walk in. Secondly, I also don't get to wear them a lot. But again, this might be different for you. So if high heels fit really well in your lifestyle and you feel confident wearing them, then by all means, go for it. With any footwear, getting the correct sizing is so important. I used to buy shoes which were half a size bigger, especially during sale seasons when my own size was sold out. The plan was to improve the fit with a pair of insoles, but sadly that didn't really work most of the times, so now I make sure to never repeat that mistake. And just like handbags, versatility is something I consider heavily when buying shoes. For example, I really like these Valentino Rockstar flats because they look lovely with a pair of casual skinny jeans and they look great as well with a fancy dress. I've actually worn these to a job interview and they went really well with my semi-smart outfit. Now I understand not all our shoes will be versatile. I mean, I love these Chanel espadrilles, but I can't wear them to a wedding. That said, you can definitely be more mindful with your selection and make sure at least some of your shoes are versatile and easy to match. Next, I want to touch on small leather goods. I think this category is a very good place to start if you're new to minimalism or if you just want to downsize. I personally can't think of a good reason to own a huge collection of small leather goods, especially if they serve the same purpose. So I wouldn't recommend having a collection of Chanel card holders or wallets just because they are in different colors or leathers. In fact, on Instagram, sometimes I'll look at some posts sharing a very comprehensive collection of small leather goods, and I would wonder if these pieces ever get used on a regular basis, because at least for me, transferring things between pieces is such a tedious thing to do. I actually use the same pieces every day. So this is my Louis Vuitton mini pochette in the Damier Ebene canvas. This carries my bits and bobs such as lip balm, sunscreen and hand cream. And this Chanel mini O case is my wallet. This is big enough to carry all my cards, some cash and coins. I also have a Louis Vuitton coin purse. This is something I used to use a lot, but now I'm moving more and more towards card and digital payment. So at the moment, this is not getting a lot of attention from me. That said, I'm thinking to keep this in my collection for a bit longer because in some countries, cash is still fairly common, such as Malaysia, where I'm from. Now, I understand small leather goods can be very tempting because they are often cheaper than luxury bags and they are also so adorable. So I would suggest to splurge on this category just once. So what I mean is, go for something that you really love looking at and feeling, and more importantly, something you will actually use. Once you've made the purchase though, enjoy what you have fully and stop looking for more unless if you need something that serves a different purpose. Moving on, let's talk about accessories. Now these are the pieces that can really help to tie everything together and make you look a bit more polished. These can really differ for everyone depending on your preferences. For example, I really like sunglasses and hats in the summer, and in the winter I like to accessorize with my scarves, especially my Hermes cashmere pieces. For you, it might be belts, hair accessories, statement earrings or leather jackets. Essentially, these are the pieces you love reaching for whenever your outfit feels a bit plain or bare. So really hone in on those elements that can really help to spice things up for you and make sure they go well with the building block pieces in your wardrobe. So those are my tips for building the perfect minimal or minimalist collection. I used to have a much bigger collection of everything, and I remember always thinking to myself, gosh, I have nothing to wear and I need to go shopping. Whereas now, I only own what I love and I'm no longer distracted by the pieces I didn't even reach for. So dressing up has become so much simpler and quicker. For those of you who are still building your perfect wardrobe, my suggestion is only buy something if it's 100% right for you. Anything less than that, let it go. And if you are thinking to downsize, I would say go for it. You will never look back. So that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to share, like and subscribe. I will see you in my next one. Have a nice day.